Hey everyone, I'm Emily Page, co-owner, operations lead, and producer here at Stories and Strategies. Joining me today is one of my co-producers and senior marketing manager at Curzon PR, David Olajide.
Hi, Emily. Great to be here with you today.
Great to be here with you, David. You might have heard our voices at the beginning of some Stories and Strategies podcast episodes, but we just wanted to let you know that this is something new we're going to be doing every month, just taking a few minutes to share some of our favorite Stories and Strategies episodes just from the past month. And, this is just going to allow us to have a really great conversation, and sometimes I'm sure there'll be a little bit of debate going back and forth. But today, David is going to start us off with his favorite from last month. So take us away, David.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Emily. Great to do this for the very first time and really glad, looking forward to doing this continuously. Okay, so we produce weekly episodes, and for the month of June, I believe it is, we did produce about 4 episodes, and it was a hard choice. But for me, the episode that stood out was the debate between our co-hosts, Doug Downs and Fazana Bajwell, where they discussed marketing versus public relations, the age-long debates. And anyways, I think it was a very interesting conversation because of the very many insights that we got to learn from it. I think that even if I have my opinion as to which is which, I think it was just great to hear from the other side to sort of get to understand the nuances. I think to lay the foundation, Dog did believe that um, marketing and public relations essentially do the same thing. Why shouldn't PR just be a department under marketing, right? That kind of thing. And Fazana is like, no, public relations should be standalone because it does much more than just media relations, which is what people sort of boxed public relations to in today's world. Public relations, that's why it's sometimes synonymous with media relations, but that's really not what it is. And so if we deep into it, what stood out the most for me, if you've not listened to that episode, I think you should, guys. What stood out for me the most was the conversation where Fazana did say public relations deals with multi-stakeholders, while marketing just is very like sales. You just want to talk to the customer. You want to make sales. You want to improve the numbers. That's all marketing is really about. But public relation deals with publics, plural, because we're thinking about the government. We're thinking about the investors. We're communicating this messaging for the customers themselves. There's the conversation to the local communities. There's like we're dealing with multi stakeholders per time. We're building reputation. So it's that kind of conversation. And it was really just good to see the debates from both of them. And PR, like Fazana did say, is not a piece of the marketing pie. It is the pie. So yeah, guys, that's my favorite from last month. And I hope you enjoyed it as well. So Emily, what was yours?
Well, I really did like that episode, David, and yeah, that was a pretty good debate. I'm not gonna get into the debate now because we want you guys to go and listen to the episode, but
Right.
yeah, there was some pretty solid points there that put a lot into perspective. So definitely head over there and give that a listen. The episode that I wanted to share the episode that's my favorite from last month is called The Missing Channel in Your PR Strategy. We welcomed Bradley Davis, CEO of Podchaser, and as a podcast producer, this one felt like a wake-up call. I chose this one because I found that this episode really highlighted how podcasts, aren't just a content format, they're a trust building channel. While everyone's focused on headlines, viral posts, the real influence is happening, in long form conversations that people actually listen to. And that's huge for the big pie that they've been talking about of PR. One of my favorite parts was when Bradley said most brands don't need to start a podcast, they need to pitch better guests. And I mean, I produce podcasts and I even was like, yeah, that's so valid. Like for stories and strategies specifically, I know we get so many pitches daily and we try to build episodes and storylines that, a guest can fit into. But because we're doing it so much more strategic, I feel like the reach and the niche and the impact is a lot stronger. Yeah, guesting is faster, it's more strategic, and like I said, it reaches more people, but where they already are listening. I also love the bit about the hedge funds listening to podcast interviews with CEOs, not for the words, but for the tone. Like trying to sense confidence or, doubt before anyone else can. It's wild, but like it also shows just how much trust and sentiment are baked right into this format. It made me wonder if more brands start mining podcasts for data the way we do with social and search. Do we risk losing what makes this medium special? Can podcasts stay honest and authentic if everyone is watching the metrics? So, it's something to be mindful of and consider as this format is continuing to progress here. Bradley said 1 in 3 Americans change their opinion on something because of a podcast. And honestly, that's wild. It proves the title right there in itself. If you're not paying attention to podcasts, you're missing the whole channel. So there's my episode, David.
That's fascinating. I mean, that was a killer episode, I think, to be honest. Bradley brought all the heat and all the data. It was such a good episode. I thoroughly enjoyed it myself, and I do think that it's so relevant today because podcasting is growing, is perhaps the fastest growing channel for marketing and communications generally today. And even in the PR world, we talk about it a lot. How do we get our clients? How do we get people on podcasts? Because people are listening. Lots of people are listening to podcasts today. And so yeah, that's two. These are two really really solid episodes. I look forward to doing this again with you next month.
I look forward to doing this with you again next month, David. Maybe we'll bring some more heat. Maybe we'll have a big debate of our own. It's kind of getting
Yes,
me
let's
excited.
do that. Get ready. All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening to us. If you want to share any comments with us, let us know. I mean, I'd like to know really what was your favorite episode from the last month, or any of the episodes you've listened to that sort of stuck with you. Just let us know. It encourages us to even keep producing greater content. And you can find us on anywhere you listen to your podcast, Apple, Spotify, even on YouTube. And we'll look forward to seeing you again. Bye for now.
Bye for now.